I'm here with Emma McEvoy, who's one of my 2013 students. Welcome, Emma. Emma this year had a great year. She won the AIPP Student of the Year Award and the ACMP Student of the Year Award, which is fantastic. Emma, I'm interested in your work. Can you tell me a little bit about, where your ideas came from?
In general, in the most simple way I can put it, it's about the human condition, feminine consciousness, and finding that light and the balance of light and dark within us all, because we all have the light and dark within us. And I guess each story is a story in and of itself, but overall it's about the human condition.
Great. And the landscape features quite heavily in the work, and it's quite dark and cold. Can you talk a little bit about the landscape?
Well, some of the photos, I went to Europe in the mid-semester break and went to Iceland, which is like one of my dream locations. Finally got to go. So some of the photos, like the teacup, the abandoned house, the other ones aren't up there. But some of the images I took in Iceland, basically that landscape represents my concept. Like the balance and the contrast between fire and ice and light and dark is like a physical representation of what I'm trying to say in my images, I guess. So I was really connected to it when I was over there, and I want to go back at the end of the year, beginning of next year, to continue my series there, because I was only there for a week, so I didn't get to shoot as much as I would like, but yeah.
Yeah, and I hear you have a residency in Iceland.
If I've applied, I haven't heard yet.
Oh,
so
fantastic!
Hopefully, yeah,
great.
So I think that'll be 3 months, a 3-month residency. So we live in a house with a whole lot of other artists and just create work. And at the end of it, you hold an exhibition, which will be in like the residency and in I think one of the galleries in Iceland. So
fantastic.
Yeah, really excited about that. So fingers crossed.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And of these images that are up behind us, which one resonates the most with you, and why?
It's a really hard question, because I like them all or resonate with them all on different levels. I guess I'm biased though to the ones that I did shoot in Iceland, just because I was experiencing the whole shooting process and I was there, and it's so much deeper than the image that's just framed on the wall that other people see. It's the whole experience of shooting and being in that landscape that I've dreamt of being for so long. Yeah. So I would probably say this one, because it was just breathtaking being up on top of you can't really tell in that image, but out this side is full of glaciers, so it's just like on top of this mountain. It's like mossy fields, like on one side, and on the other side it's just these glaciers and like icy rocks, and it was just like amazing. Fantastic. To be able to shoot there is a dream come true.
So Emma, tell us a little bit about your process in coming to these images.
Well, a lot of people think that my work is all done in post, that it's Photoshop, especially with images like the nest. Everyone thinks that that was like a little bird's nest that I've blown up later on and put her in there. But I actually I built that nest, a giant nest. I wanted to build it around an inflatable swimming pool, but it was freezing on that day, and my model was not getting in the freezing cold pool in the middle of winter. So I built it around a bath, and so she's actually in the water. I poured milk into the water to make it look murky like that, and she's in the water with the nest around it. So if I can do something in camera, I'll do it in camera. I love building things. I love doing. I have a little bit of a background in prop design and stuff like that. So building the sets, I love. When I can't do that, like for example with the teacup, I tried to get a giant teacup made up, but it was going to be really expensive to get a porcelain teacup. So that I have had to Photoshop that and blow it up. But if I can get away with building it, I'll 100% do that. If not, there's little things like that. So basically my process is all the pre-planning, all the sketches, the planning my dress, planning my costumes, planning the models, planning the location, sketching it all in my visual diaries, and having it really, the shooting's the simple, like the quickest part of it. So I get out onto location, shoot it, and then if it's all been done in camera, there's not much to do in Photoshop. Otherwise, there's just a bit of tweaking, a bit of lighting adjustments.
And where do you find your props? Where do you source your...
so many places. I live on the Mornington Peninsula, so there's a lot of vintage stores down in Tie-Up, so I go to a lot of the antique and vintage stores down there and have a lot of connections with all the ladies down there now. They know me. And I go to Bali a lot, and they, believe it or not, have a lot of vintage props. So I get a lot of stuff from there, and just sourcing everywhere, yeah. And everyone knows that I'm obsessed with props, so I get handed a lot of things now.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Thanks, Emma, and I wish you all the best in the future.
Thank you.